Hello, everybody. It's beautiful and sunny and gorgeous and warm where I am. I even have a short top on, and this is the first time I've had a short summery top on in a very long time. So I'm feeling very excited about the weather and wondering what it's like where you are. Are you in rain, hail, snow, wind, ice, sun? What's it like where you are in your part of the world? Just drop a note and let me know. Always like to know what it's like for people. Today, I thought it would be fun to talk about losing our temper. Now, every single one of us on the planet loses our temper. This is not something that's unique to some people and other people don't suffer from it. But the thing that does vary and that does differ between people is how long it takes to lose your temper. So, what I want you to imagine just for a second is a curve that goes up like that. On the bottom of the curve, you've got zero, and zero is pretty much like laying on the couch, almost being asleep, being in a real relaxed kind of a state. And when you see the curve go up, right at the tip is 10. So you're going 0 to 10. And right at the tip at 10 is that time when you feel like you want to punch someone. You want to go out there, or you want to punch a punching bag, or you want to actually punch the person. Hopefully you don't do that, but maybe you feel like that's what you want to do. So in other words, you've lost your temper, you've lost any sense of control, and you no longer have your prefrontal cortex that is overlooking the situation because you've given up any sense of your prefrontal cortex running the show to your limbic system or your triune system. So, what I wanted to talk about is how quickly this can happen for people and what we can do to slow it down. Because for some people, this idea of 0 to 10 happens in literally in seconds, and they can be on the couch resting in that state and at the point where they're really, really upset with someone in a very short space of time. So the trick is to be able to gauge your early warning signs. Now, every single one of us have early warning signs around anger. So for some people, you might get a funny feeling in your jaw. Maybe you start clenching your jaw or you start grating your teeth together. It might be that you get a red mark on your neck somewhere. It might be that you feel your heart rate increasing. It might be that you feel the blood go into the extremities of your body like you're preparing to fight, because that's exactly what happens when we get into that really stressed and anxious state. Our blood goes to all of those organs that would otherwise help us to fight, because we're still built like we used to run across the savannah hundreds of thousands of years ago. Even though we think we've evolved beyond that, we still behave that way at the guts of who we are. So this kind of survival instinct kicks in and takes over and pushes the blood to our extremities, and our prefrontal cortex, which is the part of our brain that helps us be logical and rational and calm, basically doesn't get too much of a blood supply during these particular situations. So it's really helpful for you to work out what your early warning signs are, because then you can be in tune with them and you can do something about reducing it. So let's say you're sitting in a meeting and you're sitting beside someone and you passionately believe something X. You passionately believe X about a certain topic, and you're sitting beside a person who passionately believes that X is actually A, and you don't agree with the other person. And you start having this debate. And first of all, it starts off a bit like a friendly banter, but then it gets a little bit more intense. And then someone starts quoting statistics, and then someone starts quoting this research project. Then someone else starts talking really intensely about their particular view about this, until the whole tone and the whole feeling and the whole vibe of that meeting starts to change. Now, when you can feel that change in the meeting and the change in the way that you're communicating, you know that you're going up 3, 4, 5 like that quite quickly up through to number 10. So there's a couple of things that you can do at that point in time when you realize that you're rapidly increasing and you want to manage your anger, you don't want it to get out of control. You can literally get up and leave the room. So you can excuse yourself and go to the bathroom, go to the toilet, have a break, get a glass of water, whatever it is that you need to do, and you can come back. The other really useful thing that you can do that will help decrease back down to a 1 or 2 again is that it's got to do with your breathing. So the minute you feel that anxiety rising in your body, you will start breathing from your chest, because that's where we breathe through stress and anxiety. So what we want to do is reduce that, so we start to breathe from our belly. The minute you drop in and breathe from your belly, then you can reduce yourself. Even if you're at a number 8, you could reduce yourself from an 8 right back to a 5 or a 4 simply by dropping in and breathing from your belly. So I want you to think about yourself right now. I want you to think about how long it takes you to go from a 0 to 10 on that anger sort of scale. Are you someone who does that really quickly? If you are, you have to be very, very good at getting your early warning signs so that you can stop yourself. Are you someone who goes through that curve more slowly? If so, you can still stop yourself. You've probably got more of a chance of stopping yourself if you go through that curve at a slower rate, because what it means is you're not going to be at number 9 or 10 before you realize what's happened. So I'd encourage you today just to think about how quickly you go along that curve, 0 to 10, and what you can do to stop yourself in order to be more composed, more calm, and to bring back the blood to your prefrontal cortex so you can think more rationally about a situation. Because if there's one thing we know about anger, it is that anger makes us stupid. It's not possible for us to think clearly when we're angry. So we want to be able to reduce that 8, 9, or 10 down to a 2, 3, or 4 and really be at that scale. We are running an online program called Hopeful Humans, and it's all about creating hope for your future. And we believe that our futures are bright, our futures are full, and our futures are waiting for us. And although COVID's kind of obscured that from our view a little bit, we believe that every single one of us can still put time and effort and work out our values, what we are aligned to, why we're here on the planet, and put in some time and energy into really constructing what we want our lives to be like, so that we can continue in a positive manner after COVID finishes. We can continue moving forward and continue to create the life that we want. If this sounds like something you're interested in, then please jump in and have a look at the link on this particular video. And the link is to our program called Hopeful Humans. It's a 5-week online program, and we work through 2 modules per week, and we would love to have you involved. It starts in a couple of weeks' time. So jump in, click on the link, and find out everything you need to know. Have a great day, and remember, get yourself at about a 2 or a 3. All right, take care.